Good morning, students. How are you? Today, we are going to start a new chapter, especially for class 9. That the name of the chapter is motion. What is motion? In order to know about the motion, you have to compare. Actually, motion, every time we have to compare it. Suppose that if I will ask you, I am standing, I am in rest or in motion. Then you will say that, sir, you are standing, you are not moving, that means you are in rest. But actually, student, this earth is moving or not? Earth is moving. That means with respect to the other planet, I am in motion. But with respect to you are watching me, I am in rest. So in order to distinguish between rest and motion, we have to take a point that is known as reference point. Reference point means the point which is used to compare whether a body is in rest or in motion. That point is known as reference point. Let us give you example. Suppose that I am considering this interactive smart board as a reference point and I am moving toward you. That means I can say that I am in motion with respect to this board. I am in motion with respect to this board. Suppose that you are riding your bicycle. You are going far away from your home. That means you are in motion with respect to your home. In this position, your home is a reference point. Now, if you know the reference point, then you can easily differentiate between rest and motion. First term, that is rest. What do you mean by rest? Then we can say that a body is said to be in rest if it does not changes its position with respect to a reference point in due interval of time. If there is a tree, and a man is standing near a tree, after 1 hour the distance is same, after 2 hours the distance is same, then we can say that this man is in rest with respect to this tree. In this portion, this tree is considered as the reference point. So reference point is used to compare, and when you are comparing, you have to write with respect to. If you are not using a reference point, that means you cannot clearly define whether a body is in rest or motion. Now pause the video, write the definition. Now after that, rest we have understood. Now what is motion? How we can say that we are in motion? How we can say that we are in motion? We can say that we are in motion. A body can be said to be in a body can be said to be in motion if it changes its position. If it changes its position. If it changes its position with respect to reference point in due interval of time. Means time is passing and a body is changing its position. That means we can say that a body is in motion. Now let us give one more example. Suppose that again we are taking same tree. This tree we are considering as a reference point. And a person is moving. A person is moving. Suppose that in the morning, person position A. After 1 hour, person is this one came here. After 1 hour, person is here. Now the distance between the person. This is D1. This is D2, and we can say that this is D3. When the time is passing, the distance between the person and the tree, is changing. That means we can say that when the body changes its position with respect to a reference point in due interval of time, then it is said to be in motion. So we have learned two things, rest and motion. Now, if I will ask you a simple question, I am standing here. Now, pause the video and say that I am in rest or in motion. Surely, you will say that, sir, you are standing, your position is not changing with respect to any reference point nearby here. That means you are in rest. Absolutely wrong. I am not in rest. Yes, if I am comparing with respect to reference point, we are taking the interactive board, fan, wall, curtains, then I am in rest. But if I will take a reference point, any other planet, with respect to any other planet, I am in motion, because you know that our earth used to revolve and rotate every time. That means our earth is in motion every time. So with respect to the other planet, I am in motion. With respect to the board or interactive board, I am in rest. So we can say that rest and motion are relative term. Rest and motion are relative term. It means that at a same time, a body can be in rest or in motion with respect to two different reference points. So with respect to two different reference points, we are in motion and in rest both. Understood? Now, I am giving you one more example. Suppose that after lockdown, you are coming to school. After lockdown, you are coming to school. Your mother came with you to drop in the bus stop. Now, you boarded in the bus. Now, bus starts moving toward the school. Now, you are in rest with respect to your fellow classmates, with your friends, with your driver uncle, those who are sitting in the bus. With respect to all of them, you are in rest. But with respect to your mother, that is, the mother is still standing in the bus stop, you are in motion, that means we can say that at a time we are in rest and we are in motion. The condition is that we have to take two different reference point. Now, next concept, you have learned about reference point, you have learned about rest, you have learned about motion, you have learned about why motion and rest are said to be relative term. Now, next two things you have to learn, that is distance and displacement. What is the difference between distance and displacement? You are familiar with the word distance, but this displacement concept is new for you, because just now you are transforming from class 8 to class 9. Up to class 8 you have learned about distance, but you have not learned about displacement, the new concept for you. I am giving you an example. Suppose that you have to go from A to B. Suppose that you have to move from A to B. Then two conditions are there. First, you will go by a bus. You will go by a bus. Suppose that you are going by a bus. Like that your bus is moving from A to B. Then you reach the B. This is the actual path, how you have traveled. This actual path covered by the body is known as distance. Distance. Actual path covered. Actual path covered between 2 points is known as distance. Now, one more case is there. Suppose that you don't want to go by bus. You are going by aeroplane. Now, to your destination you have to reach by aeroplane. So, how you will go? You will go straight. That means, now, according to you, in which case time will be less? Then your answer will be surely, sir, with aeroplane our time will be less. This is the shortest path. This is the shortest path between A and B. This is known as displacement. Actually, this path is known as distance and shortest path is known as displacement. So, what is displacement? Shortest path between 2 points, 2 positions. Shortest path between 2 positions or points is known as displacement. The unit of distance and displacement is always same, but there is some basic difference between distance and displacement. You have to consider that basic difference. Suppose that we have to differentiate between distance and displacement. What is the basic difference? Number one, definitions you have to write. Actual path covered by the body is known as distance. The shortest path between initial and final point is known as displacement. And the second difference is that it can't be zero. But displacement can be zero. Now you ask us, sir, how displacement can be zero? When a body is moving in a circular path, suppose that a body started its motion from A, and after taking a circular path it came again to point B in a circular path, displacement is always 0. This is the one basic difference that you have to consider. Tomorrow in the next class we will learn about velocity and speed, and now I am going to provide you the assignment of the day that you have to complete. Be safe, be at home. Now you can see that these are the assignment for you. You have to complete this assignment and be safe, be